Greetings, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Breakdown with DJ Odyccy. And this is part two of the Deep Tech series. And we're dealing with chords and melodies today. And I'm going to explain that how I actually came up with the chords and melodies for this song. So the last episode I was dealing with the drums. I actually explained how the drums, like how did I do the drums basically. And then today I'm going to show you how I actually came up with the chords and melodies. And then, yeah. So are you guys ready? If you're still new to my channel, please subscribe, man. This is amazing music. We're dealing with amazing music. And thank you so much for 7.5k subscribers. We are like quarter to 10k. I appreciate you guys, for that. I really appreciate you guys. And then let's get into my screen now. So for this song, we're going to play on the chords and the melodies basically, and then that's how it sounds like. As you can hear, it's very simple. It comes back again playing the same thing. It's not difficult, right? So how did I come up with this chord? So firstly I went here and then help us and then scale highlighting, and I started playing on D. So I was on D on this one, and then so I just decided to come here on A. If I remember well, if I didn't change this after making another beat, I think I made another beat. I think I decided to just play on C. Sorry for that. We are here with helpers, and then we're going to C. Because I remember I was busy working on something, and then I changed to D. So yeah, we are on C. I decided to play A, and so A will be like a minor anyway. So you play here, and so what you do, like I explained on the tutorial before the deep tech thing, I was doing chords with you guys. So I just played one thing, and then you put a note. So I didn't put it here. As you can see, I didn't put it here. I started here, but I could also be here. But you jump one, you put here, you jump another gray, put one, jump, and then so I decided, now let me take off one and just make it sound like that. And then so in terms of the preset I used silent, and it's called Key Guardian in silent, and then it sounds like that. And then as usual I do some cutoffs. As you can tell, I have some nice cutoffs on my I have some nice cutoffs on my EQ, and that's the only thing I added, actually, just the simple EQ. Cut off the highs and cut off the lows. That's the main thing. Like when it comes to mixing, for me, this is like the first main thing. The other things you will add, the first main thing is make sure the sound that you're choosing is not too harsh. It's actually clean on its own, so that when you do just two cutoffs, like your highs and your lows, everything stays sounding dope. And then that's the first thing I did. And then the next thing, I added a pad. So the pad I used is from Omnisphere, if I remember very well. Okay, it's also from Silent. Let's play this. There's no change. Everything still sounds the same. So I'll just play the pad alone. And then I use Silent. It's called Pad Hall Hope. Right? The same thing with the pads is cutoffs. Originally sounds like this. So I did some cutoffs just so that it can just be a backup behind the keys, the chords. So it's just kind of like backing up the chords, and then it was sounding nice, and then I decided to add this pluck bell. So it's more like your bass, but it's just the pluck. So I got the grasshopper plug from Silent. So I was testing out Silent a lot this time, and then let's play it alone like. There you have this amazing plug which gives you that Afro tag, that deep tag, gives you the tech sound basically, something futuristic basic. And then found some strings, right? So the strings have to be from Nexus, it has to be some violin, and it's a violin group, and then it goes. So I'm gonna switch this off, just play the strings alone. And what did I do on this as well is just some cutoffs, depending on where I want the strings to be in the mix. Let's explain this a little bit more. When you have when you're mixing music, not everything has to hold the same part in the frequency of the EQ. So the EQ runs from whatever 0 to 10K or just more than 10K hertz. And then what you do is, as well, anything more than 10K hertz, you can't really hear. It's like for the ears, you can't really hear it. Maybe a dog might hear it. And then anything less than 20 hertz, you can't really hear it much for the ears, and then but the more they pile up, you end up hearing them because they enter other parts of the frequency. So as I was explaining now, is you have an EQ, and then every sound that you're using must have a spot in the frequency, like must have like a place in the frequency. Like you choose where you want the violin to be had. I could have went and said I want the violin to be around here, but I decided to make it sound like this. And then now in the song, now if you listen to the song already, it's like you can hear almost everything into the song already with just those. I know you're still gonna do like add some compression into the strings, whatever, but the main thing that I'm telling you is cut off the highs and the lows, and then put your song in where you put your melody or your string or your chords into where you want it to be in the frequencies. So yeah, so that was the strings. And then next thing, I added a piano, a nice piano. Let's get here. It sounds like this. So we're using Nexus for the piano. It's a piano concert piano inside the dance orchestra folder, and then that's how it looks. And then you're sitting very nicely it also sits nicely in the mix. So let's get into 21. This is where it's at. As you can see, I just wanted it to be a little bit higher in terms of frequencies. Yeah, it takes a little bit of highs, so you can actually hear the piano because it's around here. This was just me just adding more, but I know that at the keys that I'm playing, it doesn't necessarily have lows. So, but I still cut off this part just in case. And then I added some voxes. So the voxes that I added, they come from Contact 5, and the plugin is called, the library is called Exhale by Output. This is a very nice, what do we call this? A very nice plugin or very nice library for Contact. You can search it or you can go and buy it. It's very dope. It has some nice voices, and then for me, it gave me this. So it's just some voxes, you know what I mean? Just some nice voxes. And then into the song, they sound like this. So I think this sums up what I had to add into this. I haven't put the voxes anywhere on the mixer, but they already sound nice because I was tweaking around output here. I was playing you can do whatever inside output. So I was playing around these knobs, and then I found this. And then halfway to this sums up the tutorial for today, Chords and Melodies. I hope you guys learned something, and it also gives you something to do when it comes to mixing. I know you guys want to add some other extra things. Yeah, you might add them. Like your compression is important. Distortion is also important, especially for your bass lines. Reverb. Most of the plugins that I use, they already have like some reverb on them. Like most of the sounds that I choose, they already have some kind of reverb, sometimes even delay, so I don't add so much. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for 7,500 subscribers. We all like got that to 10k. Isn't that amazing? We are growing, people. Notification gang. So yeah, let's play this for now, and then I'm out of here.